Hi! I just made a video about the workshop Passion and Life Mission, and yeah, I felt like making this video as well, because a lot of people don't really know what it means, passion. I mean, what is passion? How do you feel when you follow your passion? Yeah, probably you cannot answer this question if you could not answer the first one. So I'm gonna give you a few examples of passions, mine for example, and I hope this will help you to realize what your passions are. Or to realize that you really don't know, and then I recommend you to come to the workshop, because then we can help you to dig deep inside yourself and find your passions. Because you deserve to have your passions and to start enjoying them, applying them, living them. So I have a few passions. One is aviation. I have been flying since I was 1 month old, and I remember one of the first flights. I was that little that I could crawl under the chairs in the airplane. There's not much space, so I was quite small, all the way to the front. And when I was able to have proper conversations, I would get to go in the cockpit. Yes, when I was young, we were allowed in the cockpit during the flight. And I would spend an hour, sometimes even an hour and a half, 2 hours, talking with the pilots, sharing my life experiences, asking a lot of questions about all those buttons and all those counters, meters, all those instruments in the cockpit. Back in the days, it was full. There were over 500 buttons in the cockpit of a small airplane. For the experts, I'm talking mainly DC-9. I've been flying DC-930 in KLM, later 737. And at a certain point, I was even pointing out, I was, I think, 12, 13, a certain moment, I was like, hey, aren't those tanks empty? Yes. So why are they still pumping? Oh yeah, we can switch those pumps off. I started to know a lot. And we were living not so far from an airport, so I would see these airplanes coming by, and my father was teaching me that this is that and that is that, and I was collecting the magazines that you would get in the airplane, and my father was collecting when he was flying, and people coming were always ordered to bring the magazine, because in the magazine would be the specifications, basic specifications of the airplanes. So during my teens, I knew by heart from the main airliners the length, the wingspan, the height, the maximum range they could fly, maximum speed, and their capacity. Yeah. I knew it so well, I even built an Excel sheet of it. That was one of the first things I did on a computer. It was still MS-DOS. Black screen and this flickering thing. Yeah. And yeah, early 20s I managed to work at the airport. I mean, that was paradise. I was living in the middle of my passion. That was really paradise. And I was working for the airport police, so it was also super cool. I had a uniform with stripes and a badge which would let me go anywhere, even on the platform. Officially was not allowed to walk too far on the platform, but I managed to, almost having been crushed by a jumbo jet, a Boeing 747, and was my best friend and colleague who literally grabbed me here, and yeah, I escaped from being flattened by the wheels, because that airplane was pushed back, so there was no sound of an engine starting or so. And yeah, for some reason the red flashing light was not on, that he was going to be pushed back. But anyway, that was a nice experience. So I started going to air shows, and I would even go all the way to Paris every 2 years for the big Paris Air Show in Le Bourget. And I would see the first time for the public the Airbus A380 would take off. And I remember when we saw it and it took off, everyone was silent and you could feel the emotions. It was totally sold out, and there were tens of thousands of people standing there or recording. And yeah, so that's a passion. Another passion is what I do for a living. I love to help people to find what makes them truly happy, or to find the source of their unhappiness so they can become happy again. It's also a passion. And I could turn that passion into a job. So yeah, these are two simple examples of passion. Other people have as passion reading certain kind of books, either to learn a lot or to just devour stories and live them actually while reading. And some writers really know how to write a book, and you just get inside it, and yeah, you're there. You're the main personage. You're living the experience. Other people have as passion to work with their hands, to make something, to paint, to build things, to repair things. Yeah, there are many passions. Some people love sailing, others love biking. When you have a passion, you know a lot about it and you do it regularly, or not as often as you would like to, but I suggest you start focusing on doing it more, because it feeds you, it gives you a lot of energy, so it's important that you do it. Some you want to do alone, some you may find people who have the same passion, who are as passionate as you are about it, and it can become really fun. Like, I was never going alone to the Paris Air Show. I was always going with a group of friends who are also passionate. Some as passionate as I am, some a little bit less, but that was okay. So yeah. Oh, I had for a period the passion of DJing. So I had my mixing machine, don't know how you call it, console, I know the French word, I don't know. And I had my turntables, 3 at a certain point, and I had 3 CD players and tape decks, and wow, that was intense. Yeah, I had a lot of CDs, like 4 or 5 meters of CDs, some records, a few hundred tapes, and even organized parties. I DJed on those parties, and then I started adding stroboscopes and the disco ball and these colored lights, and yeah, I was very passionate about it. And you can see my smile. I mean, I remember it. Yeah, those were good times. Parties of up to 120 people, and yeah, it was cool. So, do you have a passion? Are you doing it? Are you doing it as often as you want? If you're not answering yes on every question now, you may want to join the workshop, and we can show you how it's possible to either find your passions, plural, and how to do it more often, and maybe even start thinking about including it in your daily life, in your really daily life, like in your job if possible. It's possible, yes. I'm doing it. And if I can do it, I'm 100% sure you can do it too. You just need to find a way. So, if you want to learn more, click the link and join us. Hope to see you soon. Have a great day.